viewer discretion be advised. I am topless. So, doing an amp install today. We're going to install an amp that's hooked up to some subs. It's being installed on an Acura TL. I think it's like a year 2000. And I'm going to guide you step by step on how to do it. It's hot in the garage, so the shirt is off. Sorry, whatever. But we still have a lot to learn, and most of the footage will be on the vehicles, so you can just chill out. All right. Step number 1. Pop the hood. Analyze the situation. So get your light. Find the battery. Okay, there's the battery. Next, we want to take a look and find a route inside. And I'm going to go with right there. That's my route inside. And that's going to be my path for the power wire. And the next thing we want to analyze, because it's analyzation time right now, is does this thing have a factory deck or an aftermarket? This one has an aftermarket. You can see it there. So the RCAs are going to connect to that. The remote wire is going to connect to that. And the last thing we want to analyze is where the amp is located. And the subs are back here, and I think the amp is attached to the back of this box. So we now know what we're dealing with and how we're going to go about it. So battery, the power bar is going to connect, boom, shoot inside the car through there. It's going to run all the way through the car, back, connect to the amp. We're going to have our RCAs and a remote wire, which turns the amp on and off with the key, connected to the back of the deck. That's going to run, boom, this way, boom, back to here. And then lastly, now look at the finger when I say this, lastly, the ground wire. And as you can see, this is kind of like a G upside down. So that's the ground symbol. And the ground wire is last. And that's going to be connected right here, back here in the trunk. So stay tuned and brace yourselves. Okay, next we want to get our amp kit organized. So we've got this amp kit here. I've really neatly taken it out of the packaging and put it on the table here for display reasons, and I just want to go through that with you guys. So what do we got here? We got, starting in the middle, we got RCAs. Those will go from the deck, from the CD player or the head unit to the amp. Got our RCAs. Along with that's going to go the remote wire. This is a power turn-on wire. That comes in the kit. That's going to go from the deck to the amp also. And we got our main power cable here. That goes from the battery to the amp. And lastly, it comes with, actually second lastly, we've got our ground wire here. And then that's from the chassis to the amp. And then lastly, we have some speaker wire there. That goes from the sub box to the amp that connects to the actual subs. So there you have it. Nice, neat, organized. We have our action plan. We have our kit fully thought out. Now we just got to throw this shit all together before the guy comes to pick up his car. One last thing that I forgot. We got the fuse block still in the package here. For the fuse block here, that's going to be connected to the power cable. Alright, now we're good. And then we've got some connectors and stuff here to connect all the wires. Alright. First thing I do with the power wire is I connect the connector to the wire. I crimp it, as you can see there, and I slide the sleeve over, okay? And then I chop it about 8 inches long. 8 to 10 inches long is where I cut it. Now, at this end of the wire, we're going to connect it to the fuse block, okay? That's the first step, and then the remainder wire gets connected to the opposite side. So do that first. And there it is, okay? Nicely bolted on, connected, and that's what we want. Okay, so where are we at right now? We're done the power wire running through the car. So let's see what we got. Okay, it runs through the grommet from under the engine bay. Now I haven't zip tied and connected it to the battery yet because that we do at the very end. But you can see the entry point. Then it comes around under the dash. It follows under this panel, and you can see it sneaking through there, and back under the other panel. I've left this panel right here uninstalled so you guys can see it behind the scenes. And then to the trunk. Okay, the power wire is done. Next thing we want to do is get the RCA wires as well as the remote turn-on wire for the amp installed. To do that, we got to remove the deck. Okay. Now this is an aftermarket Kenwood deck. To remove it requires special keys, Kenwood keys basically. All aftermarket decks are kind of like this, and I'm going to show you how it's done. An assortment of keys. I'm going to grab the ones that I need. Okay, there's a Kenwood deck. We're going to slide the key here. One on that side. Okay, see it there? And the other one there. Now we just pull it all back together. Okay, so now we just pull the whole thing out. That's how you remove it. Okay. There it is. That's how you remove a deck. When you remove the deck, if I have like a nice blanket like this, I'll just lay it on there. That way I'm not scratching anything, and I'll leave it connected because a lot of time people have like all their presets set up, the clock and everything on the deck set up. So if you don't absolutely have to disconnect it and lose that memory, just do it in a nice safe way like this. Just lay it on something soft and carefully put it down so you don't scratch anything. But if not, if you don't have that luxury, disconnect it. But before you do, take note of all their presets and set that back up when you're done. So moving on, the blue with the white stripe, this is our remote turn on signal wire from the deck. So we're going to connect this to the blue wire that came with our amp kit, and that's going to go back to the amp. At the same time, we're going to connect our RCAs to the ones that say sub out, and we're going to connect that, and we're going to run that back to the amp, and then we're almost done. We're just left with the ground stage after that. Okay, RCAs are hooked up to the sub out part of the deck. The blue amp wire, okay, is connected to the blue and white wire coming off the deck. It's connected with a butt connector, and then it's all taped up. So this thing is ready to be popped back in, and then we're moving forward. I ran it behind the dash, behind the glove box, and it's just chilling right there. Right now I'm going to run it all down the paneling on this side and back to the amp. So here we go. There we have it. The deck is back in. So that's pretty much how you install, a subwoofer, sub-amp install. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I will answer them. The video wasn't like super extremely high quality, actually pretty shitty quality, because I was extremely rushed to take care of the install. The customer was on the way while I was doing it, and so I couldn't put too much time into like the video part of it, but I still thought, you know, it could be helpful for somebody trying to do it, so I'm still going to throw this out there. So for the parts where the video did suck, if you have any questions about it, let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. I will answer them. And I'll make another video too with another amp install with higher detail in the future. But I mean, if this one can be helpful at all, then let's just put it out there. Peace out.